Hey, how's it going? Let's talk about how to become a cryptocurrency millionaire. It's one of the most popular ways that people want to make money. It's one of the big dreams. Everyone wants to be a crypto millionaire. So I'm going to give you 5 tips. And if you're a beginner, this is going to help you a lot. The first thing that you have to do is interpret news correctly. I'm sure you've seen all the recent news that says China is banning crypto. I'll tell you right now, that's FUD. F-U-D. It stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's pretty much what they want you to feel. They want you to feel the fear. They want you to feel uncertain, and they want you to doubt what you're actually investing in. And in the world of crypto, this is really dangerous. It's really scary, especially when you invest in something and you see the value of your assets start plummeting. I mean, there's many different reasons why Bitcoin crypto could be losing value over time, over any specific period of time. But if you're reading something that says that China is banning crypto, that's true, but that's also kind of false. Basically, it's misleading. The one headline that's really popular right now is that China is banning Bitcoin mining. And what's the reason behind it? I mean, China or the news outlets on behalf of them, or if they're a third-party reporter, they're basically saying that China is banning this because it's taking up too much energy. That's right, they're saying that Bitcoin mining, it requires too much energy. If you have no idea what that is, basically if you're actually mining crypto, then you need a bunch of hardware. You need a bunch of actual physical mining equipment, and you have to use energy in order to get some Bitcoins back. Well, this whole thing about China banning Bitcoin mining, it's all part of the big plan to actually reduce energy consumption. So just to let you know, it's not necessarily specifically talking just about Bitcoin. It's really an overall thing that they're saying about the entire energy usage that they're having as a country, as a region. And the recent news that's been popping up is actually focusing on a very specific region, China's Inner Mongolia region. In terms of this region, they're saying that they're banning any new crypto mining projects, and also they're putting a halt to all of the existing ones as well. Just to let you know, this isn't new, meaning that this isn't just happening this year or right now. This has been imposed a long time ago. Back in 2019, there was also a warning that was imposed to them as well. And actually, this whole topic right here, conceptually how China has been warning a lot of people in their own region or near their own regions to stop doing this, that's been happening for years, and it's happened multiple times each year. Again, this has been happening for years. It's not just new news, but it's actually really important to understand the 2 reasons why people care about this. Number 1, and this is a fact, China actually accounts for a majority of the Bitcoin mining that's happening all around the world. No one knows the exact numbers, but apparently China accounts for around 65% of all global Bitcoin mining. Inner Mongolia, on the other hand, again, that's the region that China is telling to basically stop doing this stuff. They account for about 8% of global Bitcoin mining. And if you want another reference point, the US, they account for approximately 7% of all global Bitcoin mining. The second reason why this is really important and why this actually has an impact is because there's a lot of recent people who've actually just started investing in crypto. So if you just started investing in this, obviously you don't know what's been happening in 2014 to even 2019. Again, you started investing recently. So when you read about something that's as drastic as this, China banning crypto, obviously that's going to scare you. Again, this has been happening for a while, this exact type of news. Experienced crypto investors who've been doing this for years, they're basically not reacting to this because they've already seen this. Also keep in mind that even if you do ban crypto mining, a lot of these mining operations can just work overseas. There's a lot of places that would accept these types of mining operations, like North America and a whole bunch of other places. And in general, crypto miners are starting to use a lot more sustainable practices, so it's going to start using a lot less energy in the future as well. And if you still don't believe me, you can go back in time and see what China has really thought about crypto in general. Back in 2017, Beijing actually banned ICOs, that's initial coin offerings. So they said no to any new types of crypto projects. The government also cracked down on any businesses that were involved in cryptocurrency operations, like exchanges. So if you think about it, for years, China has banned financial institutions from using Bitcoin or using any type of crypto thing. So in the overall picture, China's already banned this stuff. They've already said that they don't want banks, financial institutions dealing with Bitcoin and crypto, and they definitely don't want any types of mining stuff happening at massive scale. And objectively speaking, they're just reiterating their stance. For now, it's probably better for you and your mental health to just ignore any news that's related to China banning crypto. It's going to happen in the future multiple times as well. The second thing to know to become a crypto millionaire is when to buy crypto. It's probably the most popular question. When should I buy it? Well, if you really think about all the charts, looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, there's been tons of bubbles, tons of peaks, drop-offs, and it's kind of been happening over the years. There's a few things to understand about this. Whenever there's corrections, for example, there's a big ramp up and then it kind of levels off and then it's still kind of smoothing out right here. Those types of corrections, those are generally seen as healthy. That's when weak hands get shaken out, and people who actually believe in the projects, they're the ones who are generally holding onto the coins or tokens. Guess who buys during these corrections, during these dips? The whales buy, the smart investors buy. It's the retail investors with not that much money who are selling off and they're just getting scared. I'll tell you right now that during these times when it's kind of leveling off or you think that it's decreasing more relative to what's been happening before, this is when a lot of smart investors are buying. And this is really when they're buying their favorite crypto because they're getting ready for the next pump. Maybe they want to sell to just get some profit. They're waiting for the relief rally. But really, besides timing all of this stuff, I really recommend that you implement DCA. DCA is something called dollar cost averaging. Why is that really good? Because you don't have to worry about timing your investment. Of course, there's tons of people who've timed it perfectly at the very bottom or somewhere around there, and then there was a huge ramp up, they sold, they made a ton of money. There's a ton of millionaires like that. But think about it, that's super rare. You don't hear about the people who mistimed it and they basically lost a significant portion of their initial investment. But that's why I highly recommend DCA. You don't have to try to time it just at regular intervals. Just start buying your favorite crypto. So every week, every 2 weeks, every month, whenever you get your paycheck, whenever you have extra cash, that's when you start buying it. And it doesn't have to be that much. It could be $50, $100 every few weeks, every month. That's the best way so that you can just average out your investment over the years. The third thing that you should know and be able to answer if someone asks you is, what's your favorite altcoins? Now's the time that you should start learning and being able to identify your favorite altcoins. And I know that kind of goes back in a loop, right? Because the whole question is, what altcoins should you even buy? So I would specifically focus on crypto projects that are trying to do significant changes to a blockchain or their own custom blockchain. I've mentioned this in previous videos. There's projects like Cardano, Polkadot, Algorand, Cosmos, Avalanche, Zilliqa, and there's also Elrond. I would start with these as a foundation. If you understand what they're trying to do, then you'll also start understanding what things are being built on these blockchains. Those are good investments too. I'd also try to catch trends because if you see big projects that are happening out in the space right now, then you'll also see what projects are working in parallel with that. You should know what oracles are, what NFTs are, and what other exchanges are being built in the crypto world. Again, oracles, that's a really big topic. And I'll give you a few projects that you can look into right now, but I'll go into deeper dives in the future as well. There's projects like Chainlink, Ergo, Charlie 3, Augur, Band Protocol, and Teller. There's tons of other ones. There's hundreds, but those are some that you should know right now. All right, so the fourth thing that you need to know to become a crypto millionaire is you need to have multiple accounts. And this is also related to how to buy altcoins and where to buy it. The first thing that you should understand is that not all the popular altcoins that you're finding out, they're not available on the really popular exchanges like Coinbase or Gemini. You're gonna need to have another account at another exchange that you've probably never heard about. I'll give you some recommendations, but the first thing that you have to understand is that in order to find out where to buy certain altcoins, you need to go to these two sites. Check out CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. You're gonna find out a bunch of info on coins, but if you scroll down, you'll find the info of where you can actually buy it. As you start researching more altcoins, you'll start seeing trends of what's popular too, what exchanges you should actually have accounts at. So the popular ones are Coinbase and Coinbase Pro because that's where you can actually get the lowest fees or one of the lowest fees. And then experienced traders, they actually transfer the crypto that they bought on Coinbase over to other exchanges. Also, you should have an account at Gemini. And I'm pretty sure they're still doing this right now, but every month you get 10 complimentary withdrawals. So 10 free withdrawals every single month. I'm not sure what the cap is. Before they didn't really have a cap. And then you could basically save on fees too. The other one is Kraken. They're really popular. You should definitely check it out. A lot of altcoins you could buy there. They're also working on a crypto bank, which is one really big step forward for the entire industry. So besides just buying crypto here, they're a company that you should check out. The other one is Binance. Yes, Binance.com is a lot better than Binance US, but you can still buy a lot of altcoins on Binance.us. And in general, Binance has a lot of authority in this space. So if there's any type of crypto that gets listed on there, then it's probably a really popular project. There's a lot of other ones, but I also recommend looking into Gate.io and CoinX. There's a lot of altcoins that get listed there first, or in general, they're the ones that just give you a lot of insight into what's going to be popular in the future. Again, the main reason why you want to have multiple exchanges is because if you only have the main ones like Coinbase and Gemini, you're not going to be able to get your hands on some of the crypto that's already getting popular. By the time it hits those exchanges that I talked about, it's already going to be at a really high price. And for mobile users, a lot of people like using crypto.com. Besides that, you should also know about other exchanges or other intermediary steps. There's Uniswap, there's 1inch, and PancakeSwap. If you know these places, then you know how experienced traders are actually buying digital assets. This is how they're buying crypto. These are the exact types of exchanges that they're using. If you're using the same things as them, then you can also get a sense of what volume is being moved around and just what's trending as well. The fifth thing that you have to know right now is you really have to understand the importance of Bitcoin and Ethereum. But don't get caught up on just those two. You need to start finding the next one. Start focusing on what the number 3 is. Remember, you don't need to have significant amounts of Bitcoin or Ethereum to become a crypto millionaire. Yes, of course, years and years ago, a lot of people bought Bitcoin and Ethereum early and they're already millionaires right now, or they already were millionaires years ago. But there's tons of new crypto millionaires right now that don't have significant amounts of Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're really focused on the next projects. Remember, Bitcoin, that's kind of the entry point for a lot of the old guard, the institutions, the financial institutions and banks that are getting into the crypto game more and more. And even besides the institutions, it's more of the entry point for new investors. Whenever someone new is looking at crypto, they immediately look at Bitcoin because obviously it's the number one in terms of market cap. But I think in the future, Ethereum is going to be the new entry point for investors. Institutions are already looking at Ethereum as a smart contract platform. And I think they're also going to start looking at it as a store of value. But even more importantly, institutions or even new investors in general, I think that they're going to start looking at it as a reference point. What is it a reference point for? So just take a step back. Bitcoin, that's a reference point for Ethereum. Most people who buy Bitcoin, they buy Ethereum next. But after they buy Ethereum, what do they buy next? See, that's the thing that you have to find out, that we all have to find out. Which project is it? Is it Cardano? Is it Polkadot? No one really knows, but they're guessing right now. Well, whoever guesses that correctly over the years, who understands what number 3 is, and even number 4, they're going to make a lot of money. Because if you understand what blockchains are going to be popular in the future, then you'll also get a really first-hand look at what projects are being built on that blockchain. And if you can invest in those projects, then obviously you're going to have a great entry point and your chance of becoming a millionaire is going to be a lot higher. So hopefully that helped you out. I mean, there's a lot of different tips that I'll keep sharing with you, but I just wanted to share with you those 5. And if you learned something new, gained value, then subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.